Today is day one of flying a simulator until I feel comfortable enough to fly an actual FPV drone. Well, today is actually day 6, but this is the first video I'm making about it. Other than I made a couple of short form videos for social media, but I'm not really counting those either. And I guess technically today's not day 6 because I'm filming this on day 6. So it's going to be edited and then posted and you're going to see it afterward. So either way, let's dive in. FPV flight simulators until I get an FPV drone. But I need to give it a little more throttle, but not too much. Not that much. Okay, all right, we here though. Oh, hit the ground. Oh my gosh, oh gosh. Easy, easy. Ah, I missed that. All right, so the investment up front for a situation like this was actually pretty low. I already had an Xbox controller and most simulators are under the $20 mark or will go on sale for less pretty regularly. I started with Liftoff. After lots of watching videos, it looks like that's one of the most popular, especially for beginners like me, just starting off. I also have purchased Tryp FPV, but this is still day one. We'll talk about that one in a second. One of the reasons I went with Liftoff was the tutorials. Not to mention, most people say that it's got some of the best physics out of all these simulators, so clearly it would be the best one for somebody to learn on. Now, I've been flying DJI camera drones since 2016, but I have never flown an FPV drone, so as far as that's concerned, I am starting from scratch. The tutorials are great in Liftoff and are definitely designed for people that are brand new to drones. They start absolutely at zero with explanations on what the drone parts are and what exactly they do, and then on to simply launching and hovering the drone. The simulation will also do a demonstration of each tutorial before you have to attempt it, so you can see what you're trying to do. But that demonstration is unskippable even after you've completed the exercise. Oh, don't tell me I have to sit through them flying it again. Oh, I have to do it in level mode. Gosh, okay. They get to do it, then I have to go do it in level mode. Really makes me not want to keep practicing. Now, I know I mentioned at the beginning of this video just how low the barrier to entry here was, but I have to come clean. I don't think that it is a worthwhile venture if you are using a standard gaming controller, like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. The sticks and the way that they function just aren't conducive to flying an FPV drone. This kind of flying requires a lot more finesse, as I've discovered, that the gaming controllers just aren't helping out with. Not to mention the sticks. They snap right back into place. They snap right back to the middle, which is adjustable on most other controllers. So after many more hours of research, watching videos, and thinking about how I'm planning on exactly using my drone, I finally decided to go with the DJI FPV Controller 2. I will most likely be picking up a DJI FPV or a Vada as my first FPV drone, so I figured at this point I might as well be ready for it. But that is a conversation for a whole nother video. Subscribe if you want to check that one out. So my experience so far, on day 1 and 2, I was really only using that Xbox controller. So it was fun to play around with, but I don't know how much I actually learned. And I think the biggest takeaway was just playing with the simulator and starting to understand how small of movements on the joysticks can actually make a huge difference with the drone. Moving into the next couple of days, I got the DJI FPV Controller 2 and have been mostly having fun. I've gone through all the exercises already, so I've just been flying around, experimenting, and having fun. That was my whole goal. But then I wanted to test out chasing stuff. That's really where FPV drones get fun. So I coughed up the extra money for Tryp FPV. It's only $16.99, and from the reviews and the videos I watched online, Tryp might not be the best to learn on. It's definitely not right now because they are completely revamping all of the tutorials, so they're just offline right now. But it is built in Unreal Engine, and the environments are massive and absolutely beautiful. They have challenges, scenarios, and so many amazing spots to just fly around and practice on. I'm definitely not an expert drone pilot yet, but the flights are getting longer before the inevitable crash. The attempted dives are getting a bit closer to being pulled off, and the improvements are coming, and these simulators definitely seem to be helping, at least within the simulator. My next step is definitely going to be completely redoing the tutorials now that I've got the new DJI controller. Working through these exercises and finding the settings on the controller that I actually like. I finally realized that you could take these back pads off and adjust the joysticks from back there. I need to turn it all into muscle memory. So if you have any tips for me, I'm all ears. Either way, I'm having a ton of fun with this, and honestly, I gotta go get back to flying. Let me know if you're on a similar journey or are interested in one. We'll see you in the next one.